one thing that I am proud about in booking is that we're able to get a lot of young people, like we just saw, and we'll just say people who have been at it for a long time, like this next act. Now that's okay, right? That's wonderful. These guys, they told me, I said, you know, help me introduce you. They said, well, we've been playing together for more than 30 years. That's just a fact. And it's wonderful, and it strikes me, come on up here if you would, that, you know, I have an endless debate with my own daughter because she learns all of her music from YouTube. If she wants to learn a song, she goes to YouTube and sees someone playing it. And she thinks this is just wonderful, and she's a bit of a musician and puts stuff out, and she says, I can reach people, don't have to have a record contract and go to a studio, and she loves it. But one thing that's wonderful about you guys is that, especially I suppose when you were starting out, you traveled around the country and met, you know, musicians who had developed their own styles and learned directly from them, which I happen to think is very special.
Yeah. Would you like us to pick up on that and segue into the first tune, which is right on topic?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, debuting, welcome Andy Stewart and Mary Jo Slattery. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Adam, and welcome.
So here's the segue. I meant to say, thank you all for having us here. Just to throw the y'all phrase out there, to have the genuine contact with Cajun country. So we all's here, you all's there, and we're going to play a tune from Canray Fontenot, wonderful black Creole fiddler, and we got to visit him in Welch, Louisiana, more than once. He worked in a feed store down there. Rumor has it that he started as a child with what?
A cigar box, a wooden cigar box.
A wooden cigar box
to make his fiddle.
And his mother had just made a new screen door, and she lost 4 wires out of it. And the story divides there. Either he attacked the horse's tail for the bow, or he took his mother's thread. And one right, here is the tune called
Tes parents veulent plus me voir. Your parents don't want to see me. They think I'm no good and a drunkard. And it's in Cajun French, so.
Mary Jo married me anyway. Here we go.
Ta maman veut plus me voir, il croit je suis grosse sous l'art. Ton papa veut plus me voir, il croit je suis criminel. Ouais, ça me fait du mal, ouais, j'ai mignon. Ouais, je jongle à toi, tes parents veulent plus me voir. Je prends ça de, ouais, chat mignon. Qu'au fait, tu fais tout ça, tes parents veulent plus me voir. Ouais, je prends ça de, ouais, chat mignon. Qu'au fait, tu fais tout ça, tes parents veulent plus me voir. Thank you. So a lot of a lot of Cajun songs are emoting of loneliness, of anguish, of abandonment, of pain and suffering like people do. And so most of these songs don't have a long threaded story throughout, like most of the folk music that we know. So this next song is like a waltz called Cher Babe Creole that we learned from the playing of Dennis McGee and Cheese Reed.
And at least one member of the audience, without whom we wouldn't even be here, but a year or two ago, Dave Buffet seemed to think that Cajun music might have a role in the anonymous coffee house. And he did offer to waltz for a waltz. And I won't call attention to where he's sitting here, but you might keep an eye out and hope that he's up there.
But nobody can see you because all the lights are out. So, and Andy's going to play. Andy's been playing on a tuned down fiddle. Everything is tuned down a whole step for purposes of the accordion and
yeah. The initial accordions were either in C and G, and they like to tune the fiddlers tuned to easily coincide with the key of the fiddle in such a way that they get more open strings and more resonance, because most of the Cajun fiddlers in the old days always played a couple of strings at least. A lot of drones, in other words. At any rate, what's the name of this tune, Mary Jo?
Cher Babe Creole. Bébé, mon aller, c'est pour mourir. Dis papa, chez maman, fais pas ça avec ton nez. Tu veux me faire mourir pour toujours, un séjour malheureux. Dis papa, chez vieille maman. T'as fait mon aller dans le chemin tous les jours et toutes les nuits. C'est pour toi, malheureuse, c'est joli. Chemin, tous les jours et toutes les nuits, c'est pour toi, malheureuse, c'est joli. Thank you. Thank you for dancing.
Thank you very much. I don't think David and Sharon are used to being applauded that loudly. Okay.
Lionel made your fiddle.
It seemed like a natural.
So that fiddle that Andy's been playing was made by Lionel Lalure, who was a fiddle maker as well as a player. And we used to visit him in his house all the time. He lived down in Lalure, Louisiana. And after many, many years of visiting him, and we were then engaged, and he sent Andy a letter, and he said, okay, the secret to a good marriage is that Mary Jo should submerge her wedding ring in dishwater at least once a day.
Which seemed like wonderful advice to me, but sometimes it's not always taken. And my hands are very wrinkled if you look at them.
All right.
So,
The next tune we like to do is a tune called Je t'ai au bal, And we learned this from Dewey Balfa, and the Balfas were quite famous in the Louisiana Cajun culture. In fact, they brought Cajun music to the Newport Folk Festival in 1964. And when they left town, when they left Louisiana, people were like, oh, nobody's gonna like that. And yet they got this incredible standing ovation when they brought their music out to Newport, and that sort of started the whole Cajun revolution of people loving the music and going down and learning it and bringing people from Louisiana up here to play. So.
And we talk a lot about which fiddle's which here. So I was driving through Grafton on Route 4 and looked over, and there was a yard sale. And there was a nice little fiddle, and it had bird droppings on it. And it was very inexpensive, and I bought it and brought it home and made some repairs, and it needed a little work. And in the process, I talked with a gentleman named Mr. Levitt, who was the city historian for the city of Lebanon.
Making a noise.
Oh, okay. And because there was a sticker in it that said Joseph Cross, and in very faint pencil, thanks, Adam, there was made from old barn board. I'd had to have the fiddle opened up to make a repair inside, so we were able to read the label closely. And we're wondering what the squeal is right now. At any rate, I'll try to drown it out with Mr. Cross's fiddle, who made this probably in the 1870s, 1880s. In there, his farm was just on the east edge of the city. What Mr. Levitt said was that when Route 4 was redesigned and rerouted, that farm of Mr. Cross was raised. So here we are.
So I'm going to play fiddlesticks, which is something that is done in Cajun music. It's also done in Southern Appalachian families and music, and we've heard it in French Canada and some Briando brothers who used to live up in, I think, Berlin. But
in Berlin, Henry and
yeah.
Laurier Riando.
So I'm going to accompany Andy and try not to hit his fingers while he plays the fiddle. Come stand right here. No, I start.
Take it away, Mary Jo.
Stand right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so nervous. Je t'ai au bal hier au soir, je vais venir encore au soir. Si l'occasion se présente, je vais tourner demain de soir. Gardez donc les jolies filles, c'est là que j'aime autant. Car donc voir si ça c'est pas mes misérables pour moi. J'étais au bal hier au soir, je vais venir encore au soir. Si l'occasion se présente, je vais tourner demain de soir. Gardez donc les jolies filles, c'est là que j'aime autant. Car donc voir si ça c'est pas mes misérables pour moi.
Thank you. Thank you, and I think that Mr. Cross never expected to hear Cajun music played on this fiddle. But he might have expected the fiddlesticks, because they used to teach the kids to get some rhythm. And down in the Appalachia, where the broom plants grow, they'd send the kid out to get some broom straws. Of course, we're using Home Depot dolls, but no real sex appeal there. But
All right.
we're moving right along.
Let me check your hearing, because I don't know if that's making the noise. We're going to do a Lebanon, Texas. All righty, so we're going to do a tune. We've long known that Cajun music has been influenced by all kinds of outside sources. The blues, Western swing, all kinds of things, and rock and roll, and also country. And so Hank Williams was influenced by Cajun music. So the next song we'd like to do is called Grand Texas, and that is a song that Adam was talking a little bit about the Grand Ole Opry. Well, the Louisiana Hayride was a radio show that was just like the Grand Ole Opry, and Hank Williams came over and was part of that. Heard this song called Grand Texas, and loved the melody, took it home, and made it into another song that we know. And we hope you sing along, too. So Grand Texas talks about going to Texas and leaving somebody behind, or being the person left behind as somebody went off to Texas to make it rich in the oil fields. Tu m'as quitté pour t'en aller au Grand Texas. Tu m'as quitté pour t'en aller avec un autre. Criminel, comment je vais faire, mais moi tout seul. Tu m'as quitté pour t'en aller au Grand Texas. Tu m'as quitté pour t'en aller aussi loin avec un autre. Criminel, comment je vais faire, mais moi tout seul. Tu m'as quitté pour t'en aller au Grand Texas. Goodbye, Joe, me gotta go, me oh my oh. Me gotta go pull the pirogue down the bayou. My Yvonne, the sweetest one, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. For tonight I'm gonna see my share of me oh. Pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and be gay. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Thibodeau, Fontenot, the place is buzzing. Kinfolk come see Vaughn by the dozen. Dress in style, go hog wild, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. For tonight I'm gonna see my share of me oh. Pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and be gay oh. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. Sing with me, 'cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of me oh. Pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and be gay oh. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't know, do you still hear it?
What's
All righty, we're gonna play a tune called the Mardi Gras song. Now, we've been going to Louisiana for years, many, many times, and participated in the rural Mardi Gras, which is not like the urban Mardi Gras of New Orleans. This is the countryside where people travel around in groups and go farm to farm and beg for something for the gumbo, the community gumbo that's going to be at the end of the day. And big party, and people dress in all kinds of costumes, very primitive costumes. And
What's the next chapter?
Go for it. Yes.
Medieval France is where the roots of this are. And it has to do with not having any refrigeration and having a very poor serf class being dominated by the rich. But there's this one day, and I think they may have been planning to just avoid a revolution by letting an organized revolution happen. And so the peasants, the serfs, would dress up in ways that they could not be identified. Often that meant changing women's clothes for men's, and otherwise, I mean, in Cajun country, they're likely to change horses, so you can't tell who the owner is, and they also do some of the dress changing. In medieval days, there were 3 hats from the ruling classes. The bishop's mitre, because of course the church was very powerful. The scholars in the universities, so you had the mortarboard. And finally, the ladies of the castle had these tall, pointy hats, the capuchon. And if you go down to southwest Louisiana, you will find some of that, and then you'll find a lot of modernizing influences, including rubber masks of political dignitaries or not so dignitary.
So the lyrics to this song talk about traveling around once a year and asking for something for the gumbo. So whether it be some potatoes or some corn or a guinea hen, which is a chicken, a guinea hen is a fast hen, and the farmers would throw out the hen and they'd take off running, and then all these young guys would go pouncing after this chicken. It sounds kind of weird, but it really works. And the chicken is part of the gumbo at the end of the day. And it's a rite of passage for young men to be the one to catch the chicken. But we found out that when you're there, you don't want to be near the chicken because then somebody might just leap on top of you. So anyway, here's the Mardi Gras song. Oh, and I'm going to accompany Andy on one of the original percussive instruments for Cajun music called the tea-fair, little Ferris, little steel. And it was often used in a dance hall where when people traveled around the dance hall, this would cut through where the other instruments might not. Has 2 sounds. Has a clunka if you damp it, and it has a ringa if you don't damp it. So a 2-step becomes a clunka ringa, and a waltz becomes a clunka ringa ringer. So I'm going to try to sing and play at the same time. Les Mardi Gras, ça vient de tout partout, tout autour de tout meilleur. C'est pas une fois par an pour demander la charité, quand même si c'est peut-être une patate de gratin. Les Mardi Gras, ça joue un grand voyage, tout un tour de tout meilleur. C'est pas une fois par an pour demander la charité. Und nicht zu machen, et Karton et me. Les Mardi Gras.
Thank you. So now you're ready to go to Mardi Gras? That tune, the tune itself comes from medieval France, from where the Acadians that became Cajuns originated generations before. How are we doing, Mary Jo?
We're doing good. We have time for 2 more songs. And so we thought we might like to bring you up to a little bit more modern times, the 1950s. This is a song that actually Jerry Lee Lewis did this song, called it The Birthday Cake. In the Cajun dance halls, often the singer would somehow make it relevant to the audience. And so the Cajun version talks about some things related to the oil industry, which was very big, a big economic driver. And we call this our birthday cake. We'd like to send it out to anybody who's had a birthday recently or expects to have one this year, and called Keep Your Hands Off of It. It's kind of the Cajun beginnings of rock and roll. Keep your hands off of it, it don't belong to you. Keep your hands off of it, it don't belong to you. I wouldn't give you any love and I don't care what you do. Well, just in case you made a mistake, I'm just talking about my birthday cake. Keep your hands off of it, it don't belong to you. I wouldn't give you any love and I don't care what you do. Well, I'm an old pipeliner, I lay my pipe all day. I'm an old pipeliner, I lay my pipe all day. Got 4 or 5 women just trying to take my pay. Well, just in case you made a mistake, I'm just talking about my birthday cake. Keep your hands off of it, it don't belong to you. I wouldn't give you any love and I don't care what you do. Well, I'm going to Texas to get my carburetor clean. I'm going to Texas to get my carburetor clean. Those Louisiana women done sold me nasty gasoline. Well, just in case you made a mistake, I'm just talking about my birthday cake. Keep your hands off of it, it don't belong to you. I wouldn't give you any love and I don't care what you do. Well, just in case you made a mistake, I'm just talking about my birthday cake. Keep your hands off of it, it don't belong to you. I wouldn't give you any love and I don't care what you do. Keep your hands off of it.
And you notice we did not warn you ahead of time about the somewhat questionable innuendos in that song. I thought you handled it very maturely out there.
And being in a church. So, speaking of being in a church, we're going to end a song with the Balfour Brothers, well, actually very well publicized, well played song called Les Flammes d'Enfer, appropriate for a church. Save my soul, I've been condemned to die to the flames of hell. Oh Titan, priez pour moi, sauvez mon âme des flammes d'enfer. Priez pour moi, sauvez mon âme, je suis condamné pour les flammes d'enfer. Au titan, priez pour moi, sauvez mon âme des flammes d'enfer. Priez pour moi, sauvez mon âme. Je suis condamné pour les flammes d'enfer. Au titan, priez pour moi. Je suis condamné, je suis condamné. Priez pour moi, sauvez mon âme. Sauvez mon âme, bébé, tu dans le blé. Thank you so much. And thank you to Adam and all the team for inviting us and supporting us. Thank you.
Thank you, Slattery and Stewart.